I've seen where things that happen through zoning happen differently to neighborhoods of color or neighborhoods of low income.
That's that red line they talking about.
To neighborhoods that are white or neighborhoods that are higher income. That was often brought up today as people were brainstorming. Some of the things that people said were about zoning and industry goes into low income neighborhoods. Was all historically true. And our city, just like most cities, are still dealing with that issue today. And I don't know that there's an easy solution, but it's something that planners and people like me continually need to work on.
Day 2 begins with a very important check-in with all participants on how the first day resonated with them. The morning of Day 2 moves around the circle as each participant shares their thoughts and feelings about the content delivered on Day 1. Day 2 moves on to the role.
Now, whenever they show the complete circle of people, I'm down at the base of the circle toward the bottom of the TV to the right.
Inferiority and superiority with activities designed to provoke
yeah, not that one. I'm saying when they do get to it.
And power.
Today's session was really good, particularly dealing with the internalized racial inferiority. I really see that playing itself out in a lot of different ways in the community. And it really gave me some context as to what's going on, particularly someone in my position who tends to be on television a lot addressing some community issues. And I've always been wondering, why am I getting so much pushback in the Black community, particularly with some elected officials and preachers.
For about the last hour, Tyrone's been talking about the Black experience, and I realize that is totally different from anything I've ever experienced or even heard that much about, only speculated about. I realize that no matter if I believe I have white privilege or not, my life has been different, and different in just dramatic ways, and I'm just dealing with that inside, just continually.
Matter of fact, I do remember the camera being in the room now, because that's the same guy that gave us the interview after when we took a break and stuff. He had people.
So how do we do this? How do we undo
No, not
racism?
him,
How
but
do
the
we bring
cameraman.
this conversation into our homes and our communities? And because I have the same question, and I really like the answer that we got, which is we're doing it right now. Everything that we're talking about right now, and there is no A to B, like 1, 2, 3 steps to follow. You have to identify your own community and identify your community's own needs to create this conversation. So we're looking for a formula that's not there. We have to come up with it ourselves.
One of the ideas that I could probably take away and utilize moving forward is the idea of the gatekeepers, and understanding that when you are at the forefront of any organization that represents or serves a group of people, that you have to be mindful of your actions and the things that you're involved with, to make sure that you're consistently checking with your constituency to make sure that the mission and the policy is actually there to help and to protect, and to also make sure you're looking at ways to leverage the assets that are already in the community.
One of the things I said in my initial interview, that I was afraid of finding out that I was discriminatory or doing things that were discriminatory. So I find out through the whole workshop that really just by being white is racism, and I believe it's true. The history that was told to me today, some of it, but certainly not in the detail that was talked about today. Very disturbing that did happen. Part of my thought was, oh, well, did someone try to stop that from happening? Well, it doesn't really matter. It happened.
In the room, you kind of got a sense of the challenges that we face in this country and really trying to undo racism. So unless we're talking and really dealing with the systems that are creating the racism, it's going to be a challenge. But certainly, and leaving